AWS for AWS Managed Microsoft AD. Description: a virtual private cloud VPC is a logically isolated section of the AWS cloud that you can use to launch AWS resources. You can configure a VPC with one or more subnets, which are ranges of IP addresses within the VPC. You can also configure a VPC with one or more security groups, which control the network traffic that can enter or leave instances launched in the VPC. Prerequisites: Create AWS Managed Microsoft AD. Before you can create a VPC for AWS Managed Microsoft AD, you need to create a directory in AWS Directory Service. This will create a managed Active Directory domain that you can use to manage your users and computers. Create VPC with subnets. You need to create a VPC with at least one subnet for the domain controllers. The subnet must be in the same availability zone as the domain controllers. You can also create additional subnets for other resources, such as user workstations. Use cases: deploy Windows servers in VPC. You can launch Windows servers in the VPC and join them to the AWS Managed Microsoft AD domain. This will allow you to manage these servers using group policy, Active Directory users and computers ADUC, and other Active Directory tools. Connect on-premises network to VPC. You can connect your on-premises network to the VPC using a VPN connection or a direct connect connection. This will allow your on-premises users and applications to access the resources in the VPC. Steps: Configure VPC endpoints. You can use VPC endpoints to allow your instances in the VPC to access AWS services, such as S3 and DynamoDB, without needing to route traffic through the Internet. VPC endpoints can be used for both public and private services. Challenges and fixes: Connectivity issues between on-premises and VPC. Verify connectivity between on-premises and VPC. Ensure that the VPN connection or direct connect connection is established correctly. Also, check the firewall rules on both the on-premises network and the VPC to ensure that traffic is allowed. Performance issues with VPC endpoints. Optimize VPC endpoint configuration. You can optimize the VPC endpoint configuration to improve performance. For example, you can use a dedicated endpoint for each service, or you can use a private endpoint for sensitive services.